Hello, and welcome back to Let's Play Planescape Torment with me, BringItDon. And we're going to explore the Outlands to take on these Gronks. What do I got?
Endure. In enduring it.
There we go. And blur yourself. They're worth a decent amount of experience.
I'm gone.
I'll take it. It's a giant skeleton foot. A limb. Hello. Well, I can't talk to him.
All right.
Grillig. I'm doing a lot of damage to these guys. Oh great, he took me to his pack. Great. Let's see if this takes care of him for me. Awesome. That spell is ridiculous. Okay.
All right.
Good to know. That spell is bananas. I need to rest. Like a ladder. Oh, someone living here? Some trikas. Where does that take me? House of Fujul. Alright, well, let's finish exploring around the Outlands area before I might regret that. Swarm curse him.
I hear your words.
Yes.
What else do we got? I don't know. Bless everybody, I guess. You know what? I don't use these enough. Did she use it? I guess so. What do you got? What does this do? Oh, magic missile. Well, we already took out one of them. Let's not worry about the, Yeah, we got this. It's so loud. Alright.
Balance in all things.
He's running away. Oh gosh. There's so many enemies. Okay. I'm gonna use this here. Oh, it's a cutscene. Sweet. I feel like that didn't do enough. Alright, what else do we got? I thought we had other spells in our... Yeah, some spells. Yeah. Well, that's no fun. I'm out of spells to use.
I'm listening.
Alright, let's go down swinging.
Time is
Not that bad. They don't seem like they have a lot of health.
Done.
See that?
They're doing a lot of damage to them, though.
I'm gone.
See that?
I'm gone.
Alright, I'm not gonna chase him, because He's gonna lead me to another pack, probably. Yeah. I don't have anything AoE for that, do I?
I'm here.
All right.
I have Missile of Patience, I guess. Probably figure out how to use this darn spell. You just keep casting it. As long as you don't get interrupted. But I just got interrupted, so. There's that. What does this do? Chain Lightning Storm. Ah, I might save that one. Oh, he's in a little bit of trouble. He's got to move. Let's focus fire and cut him down. Alright, we saw this guy run off this way. Let's go take care of him. Wait. We already clear up here? Alright, let's take care of this guy then. Wait a second. Are they respawning on me? 'Cause I was just here. Like, just seconds ago.
I'm gone.
Well, hello, experience galore.
Done. I'm gone.
Alright, well, I guess we're going inside the, dragon? I don't know.
Done.
House of Sigil. Well, the music definitely took a more interesting turn. Sigil for— oh, this is the guy, that David told us about.
A Tanari in my home? Of all the indignities, why don't you invite your whole filthy species in?
You see a broken-winged fiend with one tattered wing covered in scars. His voice is clenched, angry, and despairing, issuing from behind gritting teeth. Feh, the fetid stench of a Tanari. I can smell it for leagues. Show some respect for my home. Can't you find some fumes or acidic vapors to try and drown your scent? Feh, I'll never get that Tanaric stench out of the place. It'll draw the Betezu from all over the plains. I like the way she smells. It's pretty. Oh, and it's not just any Tanari, but a Tanari whore who's just walked into my home. Things can't get any worse. Come in, come in. Please, my home is your home. He waves his hands in the air in despair. Why don't you invite all the rest of your abyssal harpies into my home to torment me? I extend my greetings to you, Advocate Infernus Forked Tongue. Grace nods with a slight bow. I'll take your suggestion under consideration. Have you come to kill me? Torment me? If so, know that I still have much power at my disposal. I have not come to kill you, or torment you. Feh, only if you would. Then you could put an end to this shell of an existence. What makes this existence so bad? He rolls his eyes. Had you seen the glories of Baator, walked through its darkened palaces, and visited the screaming steel cities hidden beneath the noisome smokes, you would not ask. Feh. Alright, answer some questions for me. How can Moron speak so much? He waves his hand. Speak, speak. Feh. Tell me of Trius. Feh. This is gonna get fun. This is already fun to say. User service as an Advocate Infernus. Painstaking detail and organization. I never questioned my superiors. I did all that was asked of me. I punished those below me with the cruelest and most inventive punishments when they failed. Then, one slip, it all comes crashing down. All due to chance, chaos, randomness, and the lesser races wonder why the Betezu wish the multiverse to be an orderly construct. He pauses, hissing in anger. The Deva lied. It lied. Trius the Betrayer tricked me into signing a contract, and I, blinded by the possibility of capturing him, walked straight into his trap. If he dies, the contract is over, but I have not been able to find him, and if I did, how would I harm him? What am I to do? Even these treacherous thoughts make my mind burn in pain. I was so sure I had the paragon of self-righteousness. That short-sighted greed cost me the rest of my centuries of glorious conniving and entombed me in this sinkhole of goodwill. Blech.
Updated my journal.
And now I am cursed to do good deeds, to aid those in need of aid. Feh. An eternity of curses on Trius. A pox on his blessed aid. May all the dung heaps of Maladomini rain down upon his head. He rants for a few more moments, and then turns his attention back to you, and speaks through gritted teeth. My contract with Deva now bids me ask what I can do for you. Have you come to torment me? Kill me? I come seeking only knowledge. Oh, wonderful. Tell me of yourself. I used to be one of the finest advocates in Furnace in Baator, and then I suffered a setback, an overturning, a reversal of my good fortunes. Such things make me hate chance and the chaos of the multiverse all the more. What happened to you? Feh, I've said all I intend to say on the matter of the betrayer. He it was who condemned me to this life, and he whose guts I will see stringing the gates of dawn like a celestial harp. No harm to the Deva. Curses. Then, why did you have to leave? Feh, I shall dispel your ignorance on this matter. Know that there is no place for a Betezu wrapped in chains of charity where I would wish to be. Here, at least, may I take shelter from the cruelty of the contract inflicted upon me. The Deva has the soul of a fiend, I tell you. How did your wings get that way? Oh yes, aren't they beautiful? Feh, they were the first things to be stripped from me before my exile. Before I was forced to flee the burning halls of my people, the wings were taken as trophies by the lowly Abishai, for banners in the blood war. My horns were snapped from my skull, and one was hollowed out as a drinking horn for my Lord Bel. Accursed be his name across the plains. And why did that happen? Okay, that's all he's going to say on that matter. What can you tell me of the blood war? Feh, have you drummed your skull against every rock that falls in the mountain of ignorance? In the lower plains rages the blood war. There is not another plane that is not touched by this conflict. Think of the most hideous war imaginable, magnify it 1,000,000,000 times in time and scope, and you have a fraction of the battlefield for which the lower planes are fought. It is a war of ideology, to define one of the most basic concepts of the multiverse. Go on. It gives research a prod. More horrific creations have come about because of the blood war. Why? Because it's pain and death and evil. The Tenari fight for chaos and evil through brute force and sudden flurries of women hate. Their evil is the evil of the Horde, a mob mentality of whirling evil. They kill and plunder. And the other side. The Betezu wish only strictly regimented evil, promoting the cause of evil in a precise, orderly fashion. The Tenari murder, the Betezu exploit. The two are determined to exterminate the other. Continue. Part of my assignment, and I was the best, mind you, was drafting new recruits, mostly planar warriors and mages from other worlds to serve as fodder and frontline troops in the war. Word has it that I caught the eye of Lord Bel himself. Even he saw my worth. Feh, now my humiliation is complete. Do you recognize me? He scrutinizes you closely for the first time. Memories run like hollow canyons through my mind, almost human. Many creatures have I met in an immortal's time, though I do not believe you are among them. Go on. Forked tongue shrugs. You all look alike to me, and I think I would have remembered the scarred flesh of your body. It's much like the breathing paintings that bedeck Bel's gallery of skins in Baator, except with less grace and more passion in the scar's strokes. Go on. The violence is great, nearing acceptable levels, but the scars are applied with almost tenaric crudity, without any care for maximizing the pain of the recipient. A Betezu artist would be much more devoted to following the paths of pain across the body. Some of these wounds look to be clean kills, others look as if a blind butcher were carving up human steaks. Feh, human art makes me ill sometimes. Such potential, wasted. Gray sounds bemused. Is Advocate and Furnace Forktongue implying that we Tenari are a crude people? Feh, to say that Tenari are crude is to insult crudity. Any lesser race that revels in chaos, allows itself to be pulled and drowned in its stagnant tides, and calls it evil are not a race at all. They are beasts. Surely you must simply object to the implementation of evil rather than the degree. Many among the Tanari would claim that the lesser one is to the primal nature of evil, the more true they are to the ideal. Feh, and double feh. The Tanari beasts want to strip law and order from the face of evil. Inexcusable. Intolerable. I cannot. From a Betezu point of view, it may indeed seem intolerable. However, advocate, many Tanari philosophers would argue that the Betezu are to be no less excused for excising passion from violence, excising passion from the very essence of evil. The Betezu would replace rage with cold, methodical cruelty. And thus, the old debate continues. Which is the greater evil? Efficient evil or passionate evil? Feh, you say that simply because you are what you are. He wags his eyebrows at her. He waves his hand dismissively. At least I am still allowed to be cynical. Great, let's get back to discussing my mortality instead of my scars. Very well, very well. He scratches his head. If I recall correctly, and there is much that I do not, thanks to that accursed Deva. I have heard of a case such as yours. It makes you immortal, does it not? Yes. If so, the death itself is no longer sacred. Feh. In my day, mortals remained so, and knew their place. Now everybody and their mother has the disease of eternal boredom. We should have a gathering and invite everyone across the plains and offer them immortal contracts. It would save all of us hardworking Betezu a great deal of effort. Feh. You know that if everyone was immortal, this entire petitioner system would be up the famed Fecal Creek. Feh. Immortality is not a trinket to be given to unruly children such as you. Well, be that as it may, but tell me what you know of my mortality. Feh. As I was saying, I recall hearing somewhere about a place called the Fortress of Regrets. He thinks for a moment. Yes, that's it. How do I get there? He smiles widely. I'm pleased to inform you that I do not know. Not at all. I cannot help you get there, and that chills my heart in such a delightful way. No, I cannot help you. Oh, how I have longed to say those words. How sweet they taste. Do you know someone who does? Enough of your cross-examinations. Yes, I know somebody who might know. On Baator lies a pillar of betrayers, liars, and sages. Despite their nature, their knowledge is considerable. They might know where you can find this Fortress of Regrets. How do I get to Baator?
Updated my journal.
Hold on, Chief. Baator is bad news. This fiend is probably holding out on us, and even if there was a pillar of skulls, we can probably find someone else who knows how to reach this fortress without going to one of the most dangerous planes in the universe, or the multiverse. Are you holding out, Forked Tongue? Feh, have I not told you the nature of this cursed contract? I cannot withhold this information. The pillar is your only hope. Mort, why don't you want to go there? It's a dangerous place, Chief. I'd rather not go. I've been, and it isn't pretty, alright? We'll talk about this more later. Forked Tongue, I have some questions. Alright, so we've already talked about that. About this. What are you doing? I was simply living my life in pain-numbing and tragic solitude until you appeared without invitation into this crater of my life. The crater, such a metaphor for my life, for my existence, a pale shadow of the dwellings I used to possess. What happened to you? That accursed Deva is what happened to me. So secure I was, so sure. Feh. Stripped of my power like a fledgling. No wonder it is that the hordes of Baator's marshals seek me. I've already talked about Trius. Tell me of this pillar and how to reach it again. Yeah, and how do I return once I have gone? There we go. Return? Well, I hadn't thought of that. To return from Baator, you need knowledge and a piece of jagged obsidian to cut your tongue. That knowledge you will gain from the pillar, but there is no reason for you to return here, and no desire on my part to see you again. I'm in need of some aid. He emits a strangled croak. I have some few, very few, items that I have accumulated over the years. They are precious to me, but if you need them... Yeah, let's see what you got. He snarls. I entertain no thoughts of strangling you and leaving your corpses for the Traylons. Okay, look at the cruel-looking axe. Feh, that is hatred's gift. A fine weapon for one such as yourself. He chuckles to himself. I don't think you'll want it. There's a curse laid on it. Perhaps you would reconsider. What's this knotted string? That old thing? Feh, that is the Gordian Knot. Cut it, and you become twice the leader you already are. Heh. And of course it comes with its own price. One I am thankfully powerless to stop. So the Gordian Knot is the, if I recall correctly, is the famous knot that Alexander the Great, at the time no one could figure out how to untie the knot. So Alexander the Great just walked in with a sword and cut it in half. I think, yeah, that was the Gordian Knot. I am not mistaken. But if I am, let me know. Anyway, I'm going to take the Gordian Knot. Well, I'll come back to it. What is this green lozenge? He sighs. An adder's tear, that is. Put it in your mouth, and you shall kiss like an adder, full of venom and hatred. Green steel knife? A memento from my time in Baator. A knife carved from Baatorian green steel, one of the strongest materials I have ever known. Feh. Take my history in it and be done. What about this, green-hued dagger? That old thing? Feh. It is but a dagger of Baatorian green steel. Holds an edge. It's nothing you would want, to be sure. Swarming bugs. What are these? Those? They are cass eggs. Parasites that will lodge in your brain and devour your mental energy, with no appreciable benefit. Feh. Cursed contract. They boost your mental power, something that you surely could use. Take them. Take them. I will. Feh, of course you will. Is there anything else you would require from your humble servant? Yeah, give me the Gordian Knot. Do you happen to have any spells? Okay, and what about this? Yeah, let's grab the Gordian Knot as well. Any spells? Bah, you will strip me of my possessions. You want spells? Feh, this is what I have, Bloodsucker. He rattles off a list of spells. I see remove curse, globe of invulnerability. We don't have that yet. Chain lightning, acid storm, blade storm. Ooh, sounds cool. Stygian ice storm. Sounds too dangerous for you to have around. I'd best take it from you. I don't know. I shouldn't be just taking stuff from him. I'm just gonna go leave.
Ooh, looks like my skills have increased.
What, does he have somewhere to rest?
Great. Even more of a stench.
Must you constantly befoul the smell of my home with the rotting stench of Tanari? Ask your questions and be gone. I need some aid. I want somewhere to rest. Looks like we all leveled up, right? Yep. Come on. +1 fist, saving throws, 7 hit points. 4 hit points. Spell memorization has also increased. Oh, and I didn't level up.
Chief, I won't fail you again, I swear.
Alright, so my spell memorization has gone up. Another Swarm Curse. It's just so useful. Oops. And Axe of Torment's okay. Axe of Torment, it just doesn't seem to have the oomph I'm looking for in a spell. Another Chain Lightning Storm, hot dog. Guardian Mantle. Oh, that's right, it makes you immune to all physical attacks. I still can't use Mechanist Cannon or Abyssal Fury, both of which I am very much looking forward to. Gives more balance in all things, sure. No, sorry, I didn't want another Blessing. I want another Cure Light Wounds. So I'm probably not going to use Protection from Evil, ever. Probably not going to use these either until I run across a boss, so more heals would probably just be better. Call Lightning, definitely. I'll keep one prayer on hand. Cool. Alright.
Done.
Did he actually tell me how to get out of here? I don't know. Let's go back up top. Hey, sell a companion into slavery. Okay. I would really like to have rested, Especially if these enemies out here do respawn, like I'm pretty sure they do. Oh, there's a portal right there. Where does it take me? Doesn't say. Well, alright, I guess we're going in it. I don't know where else to go. I'm done here. Oh, it's Baator. Well, that was convenient. I just want to rest. I want my spells back before running across more enemies. Alright, let's
Endure in enduring.
get some healing taken care of real quick.
I'm gone.
I'm gonna explore a little bit, but I'm gonna try to avoid any conversations. I don't want to have another hour-long episode, and I keep backing myself into that corner. Damsel in distress. Alright, Green Abishai. Down you go, bud. Oh great, you spawned lemurs or whatever.
I'm gonna slam my eyeballs against you. One more second, I'm gonna puke.
All right.
Oh my gosh, they move so slow. Hold on a second.
You leatherhead.
I'm hurt.
Oops, wrong person. But don't I have a, Nope, not what I want.
What?
All right.
She has the personality of a patch of razor. Twice as ugly.
Alright, these guys are a joke. Not worth a lot of experience, but
I hear your words.
Yes? What did you wish?
All right.
we hardly have any inventory space available.
Yes?
Done.
Oh man. That just hit me.
What's up, Chief? She has the personality of a patch of razor vine. What's the word, Chief?
Really like to.
Stupid.
There we go, get taunted.
Damn.
Sucker. 9,000 experience. Hot dog. This area's not too big. I think I'll finish mapping it out. And then we'll call it an episode. Oh, no. Where does that take me? Takes me somewhere new. Alright, so we won't be going that way yet. Hello?
Epoxy bastard.
There is nothing I can do.
It's immune to somebody's weapon. I don't know whose.
Balance in all things.
Okay, well that's the first area of Baator explored. We'll head to the next. Might not finish mapping it out, but we'll see what all the fuss is about. That's right, at least I regen my health. I think, yeah, that's why Dakan has such high health, because he can regenerate it as well.
I'm gone.
Pillar of Skulls. Well, let's map it out before we talk to it. Alright, so I think, yeah, this is where Mort is from, but I think we're going to call the episode here. One moment. No, let's talk. Let's talk to it. The sight of this thing, this horrible, towering, pulsating thing, fills you with nausea, unfounded loathing, and a faint sense of familiarity. The innumerable rotting heads which make up the vast pile seem to constantly shift and throb, alternately bickering, weeping, conversing, shouting, and whispering to one another. Heads constantly bubble to the surface of the stack from somewhere within its foul core, while others sink back into the grisly pillar. Get the pillar's attention. As you make the step closer to the pillar, Mort hisses to you. Psst. Chief, listen. I can't let the thing see me. You've got to get me out of here. Drop me off somewhere, pick me up later or something. Forget it, Mort. I'm going to speak to it now. You take another cautious step towards the pillar, and all their conversations abruptly stop. The dozens of heads that line the pillar's surface slowly turn to face you in unison. They regard you silently, their breath fetid and moist upon you, until they notice Mort cowering behind you. Oh no. Every head on the pillar's surface speaks at once to make the thing's voice, a terrible burbling sound that bubbles forth while foul, stinging vapors and putrid corruption stream from their mouths. You, again. It has been a long time indeed. Many of the heads begin to gibber and drool, chanting, skull, 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 gleefully licking their lips, their eyes fixated upon Mort. What do you mean? Silence. We speak not to you, but to the skull. Welcome back, little one. Have you at last decided to return to the fold? To accept your final fate? To take up once more your sacred duty? Several heads burst forth from the pillar's core, gnashing their broken teeth and wailing. Yes, come back. Come back to us, Skull. Skull. Mort shakes with fear, his teeth rattling. I can't go back, Chief. I can't. He hasn't come back to you, but I had some questions, Pillar of Skulls. Every head on the pillar's surface speaks at once to make the thing's voice, a terrible burbling sound that bubbles forth while foul stinging vapors and putrid corruption stream from their mouths. The smell, 'tis strong. It shall cross the plains soon, and Bel will come. The smell? What do you mean? The head's eyes turn wetly in their sockets to stare at Fall from Grace. The smell, her musk, it's Nari musk. The bittersweet scent carries and will attract Betezu soon. Their Lord Bel will be angry. I see. Oh, that's just great. The heads turn their gazes back to you, though a few still snuffle noisily. If you have questions for us, you had best be quick. A few of the heads squint and gurgle softly. You think they might be laughing at you. As I said before then, Before you can finish, a portion of the pillar trembles as yet another head oozes its way to the surface. After some of the noisome slime is slowed off, you recognize it as Ferod's. It spits out a mouthful of bloody cysts and croaks. Anna, me darling child, is that you? Da, what you be doing in this place? The other heads remain mostly silent for a time, as Ferod speaks. Only a few whisper quietly to themselves, making wicked sidelong glances at Anna and her foster father's head. I was wrong, my dear girl, about the sphere. It wasn't enough, no, and now look where I've ended. I beg of you, lovely Anna, save your poor father. Save me. Oh, please save me. Save me. But even as it speaks, Ferod's mewling head begins to sink back into the pillar's core. Anna stares hard at the pillar, eyes narrowed, her fists clenched and tail rigid. A mixture of fury and anguish is smeared across her trembling face. Anna, are you alright? Anna smirks, spits, and turns away from the pile of rotting heads. She shrugs but won't look at you. No matter. Did you love Ferod, Anna? Anna turns, eyes blazing. He was my Da. She bares her teeth. I hated him. He only saw in me a way to scarper more bodies, more jink and more junk to line his vault. Anna dear, Anna lass, you're the most precious thing in me vault, he'd lie, and he'd lie. He was weak of mind and weak of body, and he smelled of corpse rot and had all the feelings of a wicked vulture picking at a corpse. Anna's voice lowers, but the fire in her eyes burns brighter. And he was the only one ever to show me a scrap of kindness. Is that what you wanted to hear? Is that what you wanted to hear? Is it? You please now? Enough, bellowed the pillar's stinking heads. We tire of your insignificant prattle and would know your business with us. Questions. I had questions. The heads shift sluggishly across the face of the pillar, nodding and murmuring before speaking in its ghastly voice. Ask a question of us then, and be prepared to hear our demands. You shall render unto us a service for your answer. What are you? The head gurgle and croak their reply through rotted lips. We would answer that question for your service. Very well. What's your demand? Come on, Chief. Didn't I just tell you what it was? It's composed of the heads of liars whose advice sent those they advised to their deaths. It can answer almost any question. It knows more than a lot, but it'll expect a whole mess of payment for its services. Don't ask it a question like that. The heads interrupt with their one voice. Silence. You demean our noble station with such casual talk. A particularly hideous head cries out, and to call all of us liars is, before being sucked back into the pillar's sickly heart. I had another question. Who am I? Okay. So same stuff, and then what's your demand, Pillar? The Pillar's head all turned to leer at Mort. The skull. We demand the skull as tribute. Return him to us, and you shall have your answer. Don't put me back in there, Chief, please. Cease your feeble protestation, Skull. The decision is not yours. The Pillar's many heads swivel slowly to face you, their eyes narrowed. Too long has he cheated his fate. He is ours. Were you to return him, we would be most well disposed towards such a gift. We wish to savor his screams. A gift? What other gifts would you accept? The Pillar leans towards you, the eyes of its heads narrowing. There is knowledge you possess that we wish for ourselves. Where does the fiend, Fajol Forktongue, reside? Tell us, and we shall answer your question. The stench of the Pillar's hot breath surrounds you as it awaits your reply. I won't say. What other gifts would you accept? The Pillar's heads, save for the hissing of foul vapors issuing from rents in its rancid surface, remain silent for a time. Finally, it answers, there is an object in your possession that we wish for ourselves, the Modron Cube. Give it to us, and we shall answer your question. Here, take it. You toss the cube towards the Pillar of Skulls, and a great stinking gash opens within its side to receive it. In moments, the gash is sealed, and the cube is gone. Somehow, you know, forever. The heads gurgle happily, shifting slowly across the Pillar's face. The Pillar savors your gift for a time, its heads cooing and whispering to one another. And my answer? Not who, what. You have been divided. You are one of many men, one in many men. Each one, whether good or evil, a monster who casts a shadow upon existence. A shadow upon existence?
Updated my journal.
Oh yes. The Pillar's heads narrow their eyes and smile grotesquely. Each time you die, immortal, you cast a shadow. Each time you die, another dies in your stead. These shadows, they gather, hungering for you, within the Fortress of Regrets. How many times have you perished, nameless one? How many hundreds, thousands have died because of you? The Pillar trembles with a wicked glee. Its heads pull faces and gurgle mockingly at you. Is that all you have to say, Pillar? The heads abruptly cease their laughter. No. You bear many names. Each has left their scars on your flesh. Go on. Lost One, Immortal One, Incarnation's End, Man of 1,000 Deaths, the one doomed to life, Restless One, one of many, the one whom life holds prisoner, the Bringer of Shadows, the Wounded One, Misery Bringer, Yemeth. Keep listening. You are as silvered glass that has cracked, shattered, and the pieces scattered across history. Only one piece is of import. Regain that, and your life shall be yours once more. There'll be a price. This price will buy you a chance. Without the chance, you are doomed. You've lost that which is never meant to be separated from man. Your mortality has been stripped from you. Lost. It exists, but you must find it before your mind is lost to you as well. The head shifts sluggishly across the face. Okay. Who is my killer? The Pillar remains strangely silent. Some of its heads simply look away, while others shudder with pained expressions. Eventually, they gather themselves and speak once more. We do not know. Those heads that once contained such knowledge have been destroyed, removed from us. We cannot answer you this question. Alright, how do I reach the Fortress of Regrets? The heads gurgle and croak their reply through rotted lips. Who would answer that question for our service? Demand. Alright, wants the skull. I'm not doing that. What other gifts would you accept? What other gifts would you accept? The Pillar's heads frown, their eyes flickering this way and that. Suddenly, they all come to rest on Fall from Grace. She will do. Yes. The Tanari. Give her to us. We'll consume her alive, bathe ourselves in her sweet blood. Then, we shall answer your question. A number of the heads begin to moan with longing, calling to grace. Yes, Tanari. Sweet succubus. Wicked thing. Surrender yourself to us. I can't do that. What other gifts would you accept? A deep rumbling issues from within the pillar. More heads worm their way to its rolling surface, dissecting you with their scarlet eyes. At last, their gaze finds Anna, the fiendling. Give us the tiefling girl, yes. We shall tear her apart within us, revel in the basking of her sweet, fiery blood. Then we shall answer your question. Yeah, no. The mouths of every head on the pillars face split into brave, sickly grins. They chortle and burble, laughing at you. You have nothing for us. Save yourself. Come, immortal. Give us a taste of your undying blood. Then we shall answer your question. The heads clack their teeth together, drooling and smacking their split, pus-covered lips in anticipation. No. Never mind, farewell. The pillar halts your departure with a sudden demand. Stop. Give us the skull. We shall not allow him to go. He is ours. He shall not leave Avernus. The heads begin cooing and taunting Mort. Yes, Skull. Don't be shy. Come back, Skull. It's comfortable in here. Skull, come back. Or come back. It doesn't hurt. Skull. It's great fun to be without a body, living in a pillar of rot with 1,000 other lying heads. Forget it, pillar. Farewell. The pillar's furious heads begin to howl and bellow out across the plains. The very ground beneath you shakes as the thundering cacophony threatens to deafen you. Leave quickly. Some questions. I reach the fortress. I'm gonna give it I'm gonna lie. Fajol has hid himself well within a demi-plane of a long-dead sorcerer's devising. He appears only occasionally within Sigil, and it's there that I met him. The pillar savors your gift for a time, its heads cooing and whispering to one another. And my answer? You already possess the key, and need only the location of the portal that shall lead you there. We know not where the portal lies, but might tell you its key. Regret. Many of the pillar's heads begin to weep and moan. Yes, regret. Regret. Regret?
Updated my journal.
What is called the Fortress of Regret. Yes, you must have experienced regret to breach the fortress. Write it upon a piece of your flesh, and your passage through the portal is assured. And the portal, you say you don't know where it is? Yes, only 3 have known the way. The first one was you, though you have forgotten, now. The second lies beyond the portal, and shall not emerge. The third one you have already met. They know of your condition, the fortress, and you need to reach there. They shall not help you. Their shield is one forged from the cold metals of lies and deception, a thing you cannot hope to break with mere words. You must do battle with them. Is it Trius? I bet you it's Trius. Who is it? The heads remain silent for a time, giving you naught but smug smiles. Finally it speaks. You have met the liar, and not for the first time. The liar knows, but did not tell you. A petty betrayal between immortals. Some of the decomposing heads roll their eyes and snicker at you. It's Trius.
Updated my journal.
Oh yes, because they said betrayal. Come on. Oh yes, though we know him by his full name, Trius the Betrayer. Yeah, like we know that he's Trius the Betrayer. The pillar shakes with mirth, the pile of rotting heads tottering back and forth as it laughs at your distress. A few of the heads chant mockingly, Betrayer, Betrayer, Trius the Betrayer. How did he come to know this? Trius exchanged words with you once, long ago, when you knew the way. You spoke your heart, and Trius, in the way of all great betrayers, listened well to build your trust. Short the conversation was, though filled with meaning. Meaning and death is what you seek. 2 separate things they are for a normal man, but for you, one and the same. Why would he lie to me? The answer is not ours to give. You must seek him out yourself and ask him. Nope. Alright, we gotta get out of here. Once again, a very long episode. Okay, this doesn't bode well because I don't have any
How may I help?
flippy dipping spells.
Yeah.
Your reasons for your incessant clicking are but I shall serve. Die.
Damn it.
Oh crap, Fall from Grace died. Alright. That's fair. Alright, Ray's dead.
I'm listening.
Alright, let's equip some of this stuff.
What do you need the succubus for? She'll turn on us, she will.
Okay, well that was interesting. Alright, we'll call the episode here. The next one, I guess we'll find a way out of Baator. Probably back up that way, if I had to guess. And, yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one.